going? Y'all are having a good week so far. I'm Grizzhoot the Owl Bear. I like to make video games and sometimes also play them. I'm working on this silly frog platformer that's inspired by 3D platformers like Mario 64 and Mario Odyssey and Banjo-Kazooie. And I'm developing the whole thing over here on Twitch and documenting the entire process start to finish of making this game. I've streamed every single thing I've done on this game on Twitch, and if you want to catch up on the VODs, you can over on YouTube. If you just search for Grizzhoot, you should find me. So yeah, I've been working on adding some more functionality to this character controller. So yesterday I finally got swimming working correctly. You can swim properly, so before I had it so anytime you touched the water you were swimming instantly. Now I have it based on the depth of the water, so you can walk in and out of the water. And I also yesterday started adding a really basic enemy over here. So if you walk in front of him, he sees you, starts chasing you down. When he gets close enough, he hurts you. And if you can get far enough away from him, he'll lose track of you. And that's as far as we got. So we're gonna add some new functionality to him, and also add the ability to actually damage the enemy. The enemy does have health, but right now there's no way to actually deal damage to him. So I think we'll start with that. So we're gonna go into our I think I can go ahead and delete. Yeah, that's the old prototype version of the character model. We don't need that anymore. So we have a hammer and a hammer spin. And these get enabled during specific character states. You can go ahead and turn these on just so you can see them. They're kind of at different angles and different positions because the animation is motion captured animation and it doesn't perfectly work for what we're trying to do. So we're gonna go ahead and add I think we'll do a capsule. Why is it? Oh, it's because the hammer is not scaled correctly. add, we'll just make, I guess we can just add an empty. Capsule. Going Aaron. Make sure. Add damage. Okay, so our here's our damage trigger is acting like it's on the player layer, which is correct, but we want it to damage the enemy, not the player. I am gonna boost this. Gonna leave it at same as the character controller would be. Good. Have it disable the enemy game object if it takes damage, just so we can test stuff right now. How I died. I think the damage triggers probably need to have a layer mask on them. And there, there. This way we can, I think we can make it so the player's damage triggers don't affect the player, and the enemy's damage triggers don't affect. We'll do. Only affect the enemy right now. We might add some other things that it can affect, but right now I don't want it to affect anything except the enemy. And right now, and I also only want the enemy should only be able to damage right now. That's not working at all. I think part of it. That's a fun bug. You can stand on the enemy's head. Add a new layer. Some things. Add a damage trigger. But anything that's a damage. Okay, I see. Part of my problem is that the collider that we're using for this capsule is not on the same object as the health. We're gonna put another collider on here. Give 2, 5. We get rid of this. Okay, yeah, so that was part of our problem. The damage trigger on our hammer weapon was on, it was colliding with a collider that didn't have the health script on it, which is kind of a problem. Huh. No. Triggers should not affect the player shadow. Let's see. Really make a layer that's called Character trigger. Did I call it that? Put these. The enemy probably needs rigid. That it's to use gravity, but it's also going to be kinematic. There we go. Okay, so could have been any number of things. I'm gonna make it so when you take damage, or when you enter the bonk state, rather, or the knockback, you'll disable any weapons you have out. Let's see. And then on the enter state, we're just gonna say each object be in object table e dot set active. So that way, if we take damage or bonk into something, if we have our hammer out, the hammer will go away. And I should probably also add that to that same thing into the jump state and the swim state, because those are states that can get triggered not from other states. They can get just get triggered by the state machine itself. So, state. Let's do. In. Yeah. States here. We'll grab knockback states. With now we shouldn't ever end up in a situation where we have our hammer out, but we're laying on the ground. Because that was causing the enemy to take damage when we weren't attacking them. We just happened to have our hammer out. So now if I'm in that spinning and I bounce, I don't have my hammer out still. Same with like if I do a jump hammer attack into the water. Give the enemy best. Should probably also make it so the ground pound can do damage. Alright, so let's actually make some states for this enemy character instead of it just being the script that does everything on its own. So we'll make it a state machine. Okay. We'll go ahead and make empty. That will be the states. Make a folder. Call it enemy. And we'll call this one enemy. We'll start with enemy idle. Oops. Will inherit from state. That we have update state in make a enemy chase state. An enemy alerted state. We'll make an enemy searching state. And we'll make an enemy patrol state. So these are all going to inherit from states. All right, so rolling needs to be a state. And searching needs to be a state as well. For those of you just joining us, I'm making a frog 3D platformer. Play as a silly frog. And I'm working on adding enemies and enemy AI to the game. So I have some really basic stuff right now. We've got this enemy here, the capsule. But it's got a vision trigger, so when you walk in front of it, it sees you and it starts chasing you. And if it gets close to you, it knocks you over and does damage to you. But if you can get far enough away, it just kind of like hangs out at the last spot that it saw you, and you can bonk it with a hammer. Very basic right now. This is what video games look like while they're being worked on. They look very jank and bad. But it's starting to get fun. So we're working on adding different behaviors to the enemy, broken up into individual states. So we have idle, alerted, chase, searching, and patrolling. And we'll probably also have an attack state and a damage state. The first thing that are done are graphics, yeah. That's maybe true if you're working on a sequel, but also you have a lot of other stuff done too. And you're gonna make a bunch of new graphics, so no, none of that's true. When you're working on a video game, the first thing you have done is none of it. None of it's ever done until the game's out. And even then it's not done, because they're still gonna patch it. You are fully aware of that, I'm sure. Let's see. Have a damaged state. Not a folder. Back to our good aquatic ambience jams. Attacking state, and we'll have a die state. Didn't make searching a state. States need an update state method. You can't tell because I'm not on camera, but anytime I'm recompiling, I'm just jamming out to this good Splatoon music. Attacking state. Oh yeah, I haven't actually played Splatoon 3 yet. We had to decide between Splatoon 3 and getting both Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We chose Pokemon, but we will get around to getting Splatoon, and very excited that there's going to be more content. Less excited about the Splatsville and more excited about the single player stuff. Oh, they're super fun. Like, I'd highly recommend picking up one of them. There's just like so much fun, like world building and movement, and the music's really good. Yeah, the whole Nintendo Direct yesterday was I mean, there were a couple things that I wasn't super excited about, but like for the most part it was bangers all the way down. I tweeted about it earlier, but I was like, I'm so torn between wanting to pore over every single frame of the new Zelda trailer and wanting to not watch it ever again until the game's out. I like being surprised, but I also like knowing everything. Trolling. Damage and death. Yeah, definitely, especially in recent years, one of the best directs. Definitely want to pick up the Metroid Prime remaster. I really hope they do all three of them. Because 1 is the only one that I've actually beaten. I've played a good amount of Metroid Prime 2. I haven't played much of 3. I have all 3 of them on oh yeah, the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance stuff. I have already played. Before I started the stream, I was playing Link's Awakening on the the Game Boy on the Switch, so that was great. Really excited to play Minish Cap again too, and Golden Sun is coming to the Switch on the Game Boy Advance Switch Online stuff, which I'm really excited about because I loved Golden Sun, one of my favorite JRPGs ever. Huge influence on some of my older stuff and some of the stuff that I have in the works as well. Yeah, Pikmin 4. They showed so much cool stuff with that. Like, it looks genuinely scary and also just like so cute and fun. It's gonna be great. Those are all over. Enemy states. Alerted, chase, roll, search, attack, damage, death. Yeah, the Pikmin 2 and 3 have less of a focus on the time-based stuff, I think. It seems like 4 will have a little bit of the time-based mechanic, but yeah, the time pressure in the first one was pretty intense sometimes. Looks like they're bringing back caves from Pikmin 1. And I still have been playing Pikmin Bloom on my phone pretty much every day. As I walk my dog and I plant flowers and fight mushrooms with my Pikmin. Great. Alright. Let's see. Visions. Public ride state. We'll say vision sensor dot affected target. Add listen. I like that you can still subscribe to Unity events through code like you can with C# events. so I can, you know, register and remove functions inside of these individual states from the sensors. Cool. Do a similar thing in face states. We'll say awareness sensor. So we'll use the awareness sensors target. So, in the idle state, we'll have a reference to our alerted state. We will we'll change state to our alerted state. And then in our alerted state, we'll say, let's say this state lasts 1 second. So in our update state, I'll say enter equals time, delta time, counter greater than or equal to alert duration. And then we'll change to our chase state. State. And then in both our enter and exit, we'll zero out the counter. Okay. And then chase state, we'll do our chase logic. And our chase state is where we can lose track of our player. And this is where we'll go into our searching state. Then our searching state, we will hey, thanks for the follow. How's it going? Welcome to the stream, making video games. Searching duration, say it's 2, and then counter will be 0. Pattern I use a lot. Oh yeah. Yeah, I added it before the last Ocarina of Time randomizer, so you might have missed it. Because I did hear that sound a couple of times during the stream. A couple times from following and a couple times from finding items. Let's see, counter plus cool. I'm not delta time. Do certification. Oh yeah, no worries. I'm hopefully gonna finish it this Saturday. Yeah, my in-laws both followed me during that stream. It was very nice of them. Yeah. This is another state that does care about detecting the player. Yeah. Totally understandable. In that context, it wouldn't really register at all. we'll be able to, from the searching state, we'll be able to go to either back to our chase state, or our alerted state, sorry. Or our I guess our patrol state. So if we detect the target, we'll go to the alert state. And that can get us back into the chase state. Now if I go in here and if I remove these listeners from the they should get dynamically added based on state the enemy is in. I didn't actually assign a default URN. Set the idle state as our default. To be in the idle state by approach. Now in the chase state here, and they're searching. Now they're in patrolling. Didn't do anything for patrolling or patrolling also needs to have that vision sensor. And then register and deregister from those. Okay, so now we should be able to cycle between most of the states. But aside from changing from one state to another, the individual states don't actually do anything. Which is fine. Okay, so in the chase state, we're in searching, we're patrolling. Actually, up. Where did it there? Now all the states should be talking to each other correctly. Or I guess they're not directly talking to each other. They're talking to the state machine, and the state machine is switching based on triggers. Alright, so current state is idle. Alerted, chase, searching, scrolling, alerted, chase, searching, scrolling. Okay, cool. Ooh, so we can have the states talk to the nav mesh agent, tell it where it should go, how fast it should go, etc. I think most of these should have a reference to the nav mesh agent. I'm gonna copy and paste this into about all of these states. All right. So. The nav mesh agent dot destination. So we want the speed to be 0. We just want them to have a target position that they're heading for. Actually, trying to think of the best way to do this because we want to keep track of the transform, not just the position. So we can I guess we can kind of use the enemy character as a blackboard for our AI, so we can like write certain things to it like our target. We already have some of that in there anyway. So I think so actually, rather than each state directly controlling the nav mesh agent, they'll tell the enemy character state machine to do that. So we already have, target transform. That sort of stuff. So we'll make we'll have Actually gonna go back through here and remove the nav mesh agent stuff from these. Alright. So now we want we're gonna do a similar thing to what we did in our character one. A new character machine is we'll typecast the current state machine. That way each state can tell the state machine to do specifically tell the nav mesh agent and stuff. Okay. Uh-oh. So we're in the idle state. We want the nav mesh agent's speed to be 0. In this one, we want to but also want the turning speed to be 0. Say in patrolling, we'll say patrol will have be kind of slow, say like 2.5. And we'll have the angular speed 120. Chase, we want angular speed. Angular speed is 120, and then we'll have the speed be like 4. Actually, I should be making these tweakable. Sometimes I type too fast for my own good. Take angular speed 145. All right. Okay. Okay, so we need to make the patrol do something, because right now he somehow entered the chase state with no target. To fix that. So in our patrolling state, we should have a list of points to patrol between. In this enter state here, we'll do a quick have a reference to the idle states, and if there's no points, we'll just switch to the idle state. Oh. So we'll have an index to keep track of what patrol point we're at. We'll set it to 0 by default. We'll say character dot int destination. We'll set it equal to roll points, roll index in. And then when we reach that destination, we'll increment that index and move to the next point. And we'll loop. And we'll probably have a couple different behaviors that we can do. So we can have one where it, it just goes from one point to the next point, and then like loops back around to the first point when it hits the last point in the list. Or we could have it so it goes through all the points in one direction and then goes through it in the opposite direction. Or we could also have it pick random points from the list. But we'll start with doing them in order and then looping, because that seems easiest. Let's see. We'll say if it's less than or equal to the nav mesh agent's stopping distance, we'll call that reaching the patrol point, and we'll say patrol point index plus patrol point index is greater than points dot count. Point index 0, and then we'll set within that. Actually, we should account for something here. If patrol points dot count is 1, we should change to the idle state. Because we've reached our target and we don't have another target. And make Actually, we're gonna make the default state rather than making it the idle state. We're gonna just need to increase the stopping distance a little bit. So now he okay. Next is out of range. One of those good old off by ones. I need to increase that stop. That should be good enough. Should return to his patrol now that it's tracking me. All right. What else should I add? I feel like I should probably make it so if you damage the enemy or the enemy damages you, they become aware of you. What's going on with him now? Probably make the chase faster too, because right now it's really easy to outrun him. And you can still jump on his head, which is great. Like the giant Monty moles in Mario. You can like get on their heads and steer them around. This is actually really good. Be careful when crawling on the enemy's head. They will get you. I left the thing for the damage flashing. I left the default value at what it was when I was doing it wrong. When it was time based instead of frame, or when it was frame based instead of time based. And yeah, it doesn't work like that. Right. Getting close. I'm gonna increase its speed when it chasing. Change it to like 7. Yeah, that's way scarier. It might need a faster turn speed. Right now you can get behind it really easily. This behavior of like being able to jump on the enemy's head and like guide him around makes me think that those giant Monty moles in Super Mario World were 100% not intended to work this way. And it just happened to work, and they were like, that's cool, let's leave it in, like make it work better. I'm gonna add a damage trigger to the ground pound state. Do a game logic. Do some things to make extra certain that the damage trigger is not active when we're not in that state. All this. Trigger. Spear collider. Trigger. Edit. Trigger. Bolt, I guess. Oh, fuck. Probably be small. 0.2 and then we'll move it down. No, I think it's fine. And then kind of also want to add a damage trigger to the ground pound particle effect. Oh. Here, add a damage. Collider. The radius like 2 or 2.5. And the damage trigger. Set it to default. So now we should at least be able to damage the enemy by ground pounding on it. Or ground pounding near it. Going to do. Right. I think I've done pretty much everything I need to for the enemies before I start like making a model and throwing in some animations on it. So I think I'm gonna call it here for today. So thank you so much for hanging out. I have been Grizzhoot the Owlbear, who makes video games and sometimes plays them. You can follow my work here on Twitch, or catch up on my backlog over on YouTube. Follow me on social media. I'm Grizzhoot pretty much on all platforms. Have a great rest of your day, and I will probably be back tomorrow, and if I'm not back tomorrow, I will definitely be here Saturday streaming the rest of my Ocarina of Time randomizer run. So if you're interested in that, love to have you there. If not, or if you can't make it, that's totally cool too. But yeah, if you don't see me before the weekend, have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.